So today I'm going to be talking about 7 baby steps to make your money grow. They're called baby steps because they are small, and they're called baby steps because they're easy. But baby steps are not instant. Okay, we live in a microwave society. We want everything instantly, from popcorn microwave to get-rich-quick schemes. And the one thing I've learned over the years is that there's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. It doesn't exist. Anything in life that's valuable, anything in life that's worthwhile, takes time, takes practice. And so we're going to look at these baby steps. And one thing about baby steps is, have you ever seen a baby learning to walk? When they take their baby steps, they fall down. They don't always get it right the first time, but they do keep going until they can walk. Have you ever seen a child or an older person that's not walking because they gave up at baby steps stage? It doesn't exist. It's our instinct. It's our nature. Okay, so baby steps is very much something that we are going to have to practice. We're going to have to keep trying. And when we mess up, when we make mistakes with our money, it's okay. I think it's unreasonable to say that any one of us here will try these baby steps and get it right first time. So take yourself off the hook. You try and you try and you try again until you succeed. And money is one of those things that also takes time to grow. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You plant it, and then you see nothing for ages. You see nothing happening. And then suddenly a little shoot comes up. And one day it becomes a big tree. So I don't want to give you the false illusion, false expectation that suddenly you're going to have loads of money. But what I will say is, if you apply these steps consistently and you keep trying these little baby steps, then you will have financial freedom. You will have financial success. So that's just the foundation. That's to set you up on the right foothold. So the first baby step is boldly budget. I say boldly budget. I think few people actually do step out and budget. Most people know that they should. So the first baby step is to budget. Let me read something to you from one of my favorite financial authors. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said about budgeting, having a budget is crucial. Creating a budget and living within its limitations is crucial for achieving financial freedom in your life. A budget gives you the input you need to manage your income and control your expenses. In short, a budget gives you a sense of accountability. If you want to secure your personal finances, then a budget will provide you with the tools to achieve just that. And so this is a man who is very, very famous for his financial wisdom. He's very famous for having made a lot of money, and he has some fantastic books out there, and that's what he says. And the way I see a budget is, it's a plan. And you wouldn't build a house or a hotel like this without first having a plan, would you? Because who knows how it could turn out. It might work, it might not. So it's very similar with our finances. If you want to build a strong, stable financial house, in inverted commas, you need a plan. So step 1 is you've got to budget. Now, in our church, we believe in the Bible. We believe that the Bible has gems, has keys to living. When you buy a DVD player, you get a user manual. And when God created humans, He provided us with a user manual. That's how I see the Bible. Not only is it a love letter, but it's also a user manual. It's full of gems, full of things that can help us to know how to do life well here on planet Earth. And so for each of the baby steps, I'm going to give you the biblical basis for these baby steps. So for budgeting, I've chosen Proverbs 21 verse 5, which says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as sure as haste leads to poverty." So there's some gems in there. The plans of the diligent, the plans, okay, lead to profit. What are we wanting out of our finances? Profit. Obviously, we're not looking for poverty. So the key word there is plan. Your budget is your plan. And surely haste leads to poverty. So rushing around, spending money, not knowing what's going on, paying bills randomly, not having a clue what's going on in your finances will lead to poverty. So my question today is, what do your finances look like? And I'm almost certain that if you have lack, then you don't have a budget. I can almost 100% sure that anyone here that doesn't have enough every month, that they don't have enough month left to their money, probably doesn't have a budget. In a nutshell, budget equals profit. No budget equals lack. Not really rocket science, is it? So I'm going to quickly go through some practical budgeting tips. Today we're going to be giving everybody a money envelope, and inside your envelope is a love letter from Eric and I. There's also a budget sheet and there's some cash, alright? But we're going to be giving that out at the end. So this is what your budget sheet will look like. It's just one page. You can photocopy it or scan it, you can print it or whatever you want to do. But this is a basic budget sheet, and you can create your own, and if you're good on Excel, you can create it with formulas and graphs and charts and all kinds of exciting things. In your budget sheet, the first thing you need to do is write down your regular income under the income column. Now this is income that you know is coming in and it's stable. This is definitely coming in. This is not other money that's not secure. If you're self-employed, it's very difficult to do that. So write down any stable income that you're definitely getting in an income column. Then there's another column called other income. And this is where you write down your income that's not stable. It's kind of an average. And then we write down things like bills, clothes, debt, education, fitness and leather, food, gifts, medical, other, phone, rent, savings, charity, travel. I mean, you can cross out some of these and add what's relevant to you. What I suggest you do if you have not got a budget in place is take the sheet and write down every penny that comes in and goes out in these columns. Write it down for a whole month, every single penny that comes in and goes out. And at the end of the month, you add it up on top. And do that for 3 months. Because you can't create a budget if you don't have a realistic view of your finances. It'll all just be made up, pie in the sky, wishful thinking sort of budget. So take these sheets and copy them, or if you want any help, you can ask me. Write down every penny that comes in and goes out on the sheet. Call this month 1 and create another sheet, month 2, etc., etc. At the end of 3 months, you should have a good idea of how you're using your money. Take your totals on the top of the 3 months, add them together, divide them by 3. That'll give you your average. Based on that, you can now create an accurate budget. The first time I did this, I was shocked. Okay, I was horrified at how much money I was spending at the corner shop. I was like, really? You've got to be joking. So I think you might find it very useful to find out where your money's going. Once you have a clear picture of your budget, then you can sit down and you can say, right, I don't want to spend this much money in this area. And instantly, by budgeting, you are taking one step forward in your finances and you are gaining financial control. Because if you want to have a healthy financial situation, you need to be in control of your money. You need to manage your money. Your money doesn't be managing you. Okay, so this is step 1. Get a healthy, realistic look at your finances, and then you're in control, make some decisions. Then you write a budget. Your income, obviously, should be more than your expenses, and if your expenses are exceeding your income, you need to look at what you can cut out. Now, one thing I've taught people over the years when it comes to finances is, don't cut out entertainment. It's one of the things that we feel we don't need. But if you don't have a little breathing space in your budget, you won't be able to stick to it. Because after a while, you'll get frustrated. And you'll need to spend money on something. You'll need to go out for a meal. You can't cut out entertainment. You can't cut out the fun in your finances. So do allow, no matter what your financial situation is, yes, cut things out. We all eat too much. I'm sure every single person here eats more than they need to, or eats out more than they need to. Okay, we can cut down on food. You can live quite simply. If you want to get on top of your finances, be very careful with planning your groceries, for example. We can cut down on eating out. That's not an essential. It's a nice, but it's not essential. So maybe look at if you're going to McDonald's too much or going to restaurants too much. And then there's various other things that we have to pay. There's bills we have to pay. But there are many, many ways of saving on your bills. So have a good look at your budget. But don't cut out all the fun. It's very important that every month you get a little bit of money to spend on what you find fun. Now, that's different for everyone. For some girls, it's shoes. And they will die if they don't get to buy shoes every now and then. For some people, it's going out for coffee. For some people, it's going to the pub or going dancing, whatever the case may be. Whatever you find fun, do allow a little bit of that in your budget. Otherwise, you won't be able to make it. Okay, you'll get really frustrated. Life will become really hard work. So that's my little tip for you. The next vital baby step to your finances is to ditch debt. Debt sucks the life out of you. It's like a weight on you. It's like you're heavier when you walk. There's something about debt that is just horrible. Benjamin Franklin, he said about debt, Rather go to bed without dinner than rise in debt. And that's so true. We can miss a meal, we won't die. But to live in debt, it's just horrible. The Bible says about debt, just as the rich rule the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender. And that's what debt does. It makes us a servant, it makes us a slave. We are always slaves to the debt and the banks and the places that are not going to let a penny go out of their sight. If you've never had debt, then I highly recommend you never go there. It's not worth it. It seems like an easy way out, it seems like a quick solution, but it's very hard once you get into debt to get out. Those of you that are in debt, I highly recommend that you cut off yourself to any access to credit that you have now, and then start chipping away at the money you owe slowly. Or do whatever you can do. Make sacrifice. Go to bed without dinner one night to put more into the debt. But get free from debt, because financial freedom cannot coexist with debt. It doesn't exist. You're either financially free or you're in debt. You can't have both. And the interest on debt is phenomenal. And I hate the smallest bank charge or amount of interest I ever have to pay. I feel like I'm donating money to the bank when I could be doing something with it, having fun, buying stuff for my kids. So, baby step number 2, ditch debt. It is not worth it. Baby step number 3, very important, hard to understand though. Baby step number 3 is to give generously. Now there are many business gurus, financial gurus, people that have made it and proven that it works, that all testify to the fact that generosity helps you to grow your business, it helps you to grow your finances. It's not logical. It doesn't seem logical that you would give away and finances would grow. But it works. And many, many people have proven that it works. So baby step number 3 is give generously. Be a generous person. Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, said, "It is literally true that you can succeed best and quickest by helping others to succeed." And he also said, "Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice, and it's never the result of selfishness." So there's a whole other way to live. You're probably one or the other at the moment. You either are already generous by nature, or you are worried about money and you're stingy and you're holding on to every penny you've got. Mostly because you're worried about money, but that is stinginess. Now the Bible has a fantastic verse that always pinches me if ever I want to lean towards the stingy side. It says in Proverbs 11:24, "The world of the generous gets larger and larger, and the world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller." And I've seen this. I've observed people. We have a good friend who is just unbelievably generous. He never stops giving, and he never runs out. And when the country went through a recession, went through a bit of dip, other businesses, the same as his, were closing down all around him, and his business flourished. And he never hesitated when it came to giving. And then I've seen people that won't give, and they're always struggling for money, but they won't give a penny away. They're holding on to every penny they got. Now they justify it because they don't have enough to pay their bills, or because they're worried about money. But the point is that probably both, the generous person and the stingy person probably could have had enough. The one did by giving away, and the other didn't by constantly holding on to the money. And so it's one of those things in life that's hard to explain, but it does work. It's been proven to work. Some things are hard to explain, like how a tiny seed turns into a great big tree. I can't explain it. How can something this tiny produce an oak tree? Yet it does. And how can a tadpole turn into a frog? You know, it's amazing if you think about it. I can't explain it, but it works. It happens. And so does generosity. The next baby step is to love leftovers. I'm just going to keep my notes with me. Now, I'm not talking about leftover dinner, okay? I'm talking about leftover money. We need to learn to love leftover money. Now, you're probably thinking, what leftover money? I don't have any leftover money. The point here is to make sure you have leftovers. The Bible says in Proverbs 21:20, "The wise man saves for the future, but the foolish man spends whatever he gets." And there's another translation that says, uses his money all the way till the end. How many of us do that? How many of us get money and use it all up until the end? We don't leave a little buffer. The Bible calls it foolish. The wise man saves for the future. Now, if you get £200, keep 20. Just put it aside. I mean, whatever amount you decide is a buffer. Get into the discipline, get into the habit of making sure that when you get money in, you don't use it till the end. You keep a little buffer, put some away. Don't get a paycheck or whatever you get and use it all up, and then you've got a week left of month and no money to cover it. It's a good practice, a good discipline to start to love leftovers whenever you get something in. And with all of these principles, they are principles. The more you apply them, the more they become habits, the more they just become a normal part of your life. So you might find it difficult now, at this stage of your life, to think leftovers. I just can't. Let me tell you, it might be a sacrifice to apply these principles, but they will just become ordinary life. And you'll find so much freedom when these things become normal to you. But in order to create a habit, in order to make something normal in our life, we have to do it repeatedly. Even when it hurts, we have to repeatedly do it until it becomes normal. So to love leftovers might be difficult at first. You might have to sacrifice something at first, but make it a habit. Get into the discipline of never using your money till the end. And again, once that you achieve that, you're going to have financial freedom. One of the things that we should all strive to do is to create an emergency reserve fund. Now, you should do this by first calculating all of your essential expenses. This doesn't have to include entertainment, but everything that has to be paid, okay? Your bills, your rent, your mortgage, your whatever is essential to you living. Calculate how much that will be each month. Then multiply that by 3 or 6, okay? You want 3 to 6 months worth of emergency fund stashed away somewhere. We should all be doing that because hard times do hit. We don't understand what's going to happen with the economy. We don't understand what's going to happen with our health. Life is not predictable. But if you have a good emergency fund stashed away, first of all, you'll be gaining interest. Or if you're very clever with money, you could invest it and it could be growing. But when hard times come, you don't have to panic. And so it is highly recommended to have between 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. And that could also be your leftovers. Learn to love that. Learn to think, I don't want to be hit by a crisis and panic and lose my home or lose my car or lose the ability to feed myself or whatever the case may be. The key to financial freedom does not mean that you have loads of money necessarily. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're a millionaire. Financial freedom means that you're free in the area of money. You control your money. And at the moment, most people have money controlling them. A bill comes in the door, you panic, you have to pay. Money is controlling you. Things like that. So have a think about how you can create some leftovers in your finances. Maybe step number 5 is save and spend. Okay. When the Bible teaches us about money, and saving money in particular, it uses the word fool twice. The first time we heard about it in the previous verse where it says the foolish man spends whatever he gets. And the second time it speaks of a man that saved too much. Now I'm sure you're curious what I'm talking about here. Luke 12:16 to 21. This is a story. A rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. In fact, his barns were full to overflowing. He couldn't get everything in. He thought about his problem and finally explained, I know, I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have room enough. And I'll sit back and say to myself, friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy. Wine, women, and song for you. But God said to him, fool. I kind of pictured BA there from the 18, Fool. Tonight you die. Then who will get it all? Yes, every man is a fool who gets rich on earth, but not in heaven. You see, this man was a hoarder, and he was very wealthy. And he continued to get wealthier and wealthier, and he stored it all away, and then died. What was the point of all of that? He probably got very stressed in the process, trying to make all this money, and he probably didn't spend time with his family, or maybe didn't even have a family. He probably went through all these things. He didn't enjoy life, he didn't go on holiday, but he had lots, and he stored it away. And then he died. So what was the point? What was the point of all of that? My grandmother, she was like that. My grandmother was a saver, a hoarder. She shouted at me once for buying Marmite and not the Sainsbury's brand beef spread or yeast spread or whatever it's called, you know. And I just wanted to buy some food to contribute to her groceries, and she was so upset with me. When she died, she had, I don't know the exact time, but it was over £70,000 in her bank account. What was it all for? She never lived. She never went on holidays. She lived in the same house her whole life, a council house, refused to move, never fixed anything, never gave, always getting the cheapest food, never enjoying life. And then her life ended. What's the point of all of that? And we must have an emergency fund. And saving to buy obviously will eliminate debt in your life. If you're saving for something, that's good. But saving and saving and saving and not living, what's the point in that? So we have to find a balance. We have to save and spend. We have to live our life. Financial freedom is about being able to have a quality life without the worries of money. That's what we should be aiming for. So if you're a saver, that's fantastic. But just check, are you living or are you just saving? If you're not a saver and you're a debtor, you are using credit, maybe look at that and realize that you're not living either. Because you constantly have to pay back. You're not living freely. Baby step number 6 is sow seeds. This could be called investing as well. Galatians 6 verse 7 says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Now this is a universal principle. This applies on planet Earth. We have sowing and reaping in farming. That's an obvious one. We have investing, which is putting your money in and more money comes back. The concept of sowing and reaping, you can sow words. If you're unkind, if you sow unkind words to somebody, you are going to reap unkind words. If you sow kind words to someone, you're going to reap kind words. It's just a principle. The earth is governed by principles, and this is one of them, sowing and reaping. Any area of life that you can think of, what you sow, you will reap. That's a guarantee. It works in money as well. Okay, I'm going to talk a lot more about investing next Sunday, so I'm not going to go into that too much now, but sowing can also be done in your generosity. Can you see how all these baby steps link together? So sowing works when you're generous, you're sowing. When you're sowing, your world's getting larger. You're not having debt, you can create leftovers. Can you see how they all link together and build on each other? The final baby step, the last baby step, is probably the thing you should address first. And that is think. Every change that we're ever going to make in our life starts in our head. It starts with a decision. And it starts with consciously thinking about things. If you want to change absolutely anything in your life, then think about it and make a conscious choice that you're going to make that change. Think about how you're going to make it. Plan it. And another part of thinking is what comes out of your mouth. If you want to know what's in your head, what's in your heart, listen to what comes out of your mouth. If you're one of those people that always say, "Oh, I'm broke, I can't afford it," that's in your head. You believe that you're broke and you can't afford it. But guess what happens? That's going to come back to you. You are going to remain broke. You're not going to be able to afford it. Number 1, because you believe it to be true. And number 2, because you're saying it. You're sowing those words. So don't go around constantly saying, "I'm broke," or "I can't afford it," because you're keeping yourself trapped in that cycle. There are other ways to respond to a situation. If you get invited out to dinner, you can always say, "Not this time, maybe next time." You've just sown something positive, because maybe next time you can go. Rather than saying, "I can't, I'm broke." Well, guess what? You're going to remain broke. So can you see how it works? You need to make a decision. You need to firmly believe that you're capable of having healthy finances. You need to believe in your mind. You need to make a decision. I can do this. I can get out of debt. I can create leftovers. I can budget. You've got to believe it. If you can't believe it, how are you going to do it? So step 1 is think. Start thinking. And start taking control of your finances. You can do it. I know you can. But the only person that's going to stop you from succeeding financially is you. You've got to believe it. The way you think about money will directly impact your success or failure with money. Proverbs 23 verse 7 says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." What you think, you become. Okay? What you believe to be true, you become. So one of the best areas to work on before we do all the others is our mindset. What's the point of making a budget if you don't believe that you can stick to a budget? Create a budget. Make a decision. I can do this. Make a decision. I will do this. Tell yourself, I will be in control of my finances. I'm not going to have another year where finances are going to ruin my life. You can do it, but you need to make a decision that you will do it. Now, like I said, at the end we're going to be giving away little envelopes to everyone with a cool picture of money on the outside, but there is actually money inside as well, so don't throw it in the bin. It has real cash in. My challenge to you, now there's no strings attached, and you don't have to do anything I say with the money. But the reason we're giving the money away is to give you a start, because it's very hard to apply these principles if your bank balance is 0 or minus. So we're giving you a small amount of money, so you can say, right, I'm going to start applying these baby steps to this money, because you have control over that money. So one of the things you can do is you can add it to your budget for the month. The money we've given you, you can say, right, I'm going to add it to my budget. You can use it to pay a bill, you can do whatever you want with it. The second thing you could do is baby step number 2. You could put it towards debt. Take the money, put it into debt. You'll feel a great sense of, wow, I'm taking a proactive action against my debt. Step 3 is you could be generous with it. You could take the money you get and you can give part of it or all of it to someone else. And see, my challenge to you is to test these baby steps, all 7 of them. Just test them. We're giving you money today, so you can test them. And if I'm wrong, come back and tell me. But I know I won't be wrong, because these are biblically based truths that not only Christians have proven, but also business people out there that don't even believe in God. Principles are principles. A Christian or a non-Christian can plant a seed in the ground and it will grow. They're principles, they work. Another thing you can do is keep it. Keep the money we give you today so that you have your leftovers. Make that your leftovers. You could save it, put it in a savings account or a piggy bank. You could sow it somewhere so it can grow. If you think you can take the money we give you today and put it somewhere else that will cause that money to grow, then do that. Use it for that purpose. Or you can keep it until you've thought about what's best to do with it. Okay? So those are the 7 baby steps. And those are the 7 suggestions that we make on how to use the money that we're going to give you today. However, you don't have to tell us what you did with it, and there's no strings attached. Do what you want. But if you did apply some of the baby steps and you've seen results, please come and tell us. I would love to hear that actually somebody has heard what I've said and has taken it on board and has made their money grow. And if you want help with your finances or you want to be accountable to somebody, we'd be happy to help you as well. So just let us know what you need and how we can help. But there's one more thing that I have to say, and this to me is the most important thing. Mark 8 verse 36, it says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? For is anything worth more than his soul?" Sorry, I just need to drink. So, we can get our finances in order, yes. That's a great thing to do, and I want everybody to flourish financially. But there's only one aspect of life. There's so many other areas of life that maybe we're not satisfied in. But there's one thing that can change everything. And that is your soul. What is your soul? It's the real you. It's the essence of you. It's your mind, your emotions, your intellect. It's the part of you that makes you you. Without your soul, we'd all be the same. We'd be a blank canvas. Our bodies might look different, but we'd all speak the same, do everything the same. We'd probably all dress the same, but your soul is the real you. And what's the point of getting your finances sorted, but something inside of you doesn't feel right? What's the point of getting your finances sorted, but something's missing inside? And so I want to speak about that, because I believe that that's the most important thing. It's probably the most neglected as well. How many of us actually take time to invest in our soul, or have even considered our soul, or even, have considered that we have one, let alone taken care of it and nourished it? Your soul is a thing that accepts love or rejects love. And your soul is also the part of you that has accepted God or rejects God. And how is your soul today? Because if your soul's not flourishing, your whole life won't flourish. If your soul is flourishing, everything will fall into place. Your soul is key, it's central to everything. So I want to tell you something that can not only change your financial position, but your entire life. Do you feel that there's an emptiness inside of you? Do you feel that something's missing? Let me tell you about that. At some point in your life, you've made a conscious decision to accept God or to reject God. You might not remember it, but I guarantee that everybody had an opportunity at some point. Now, your soul we're designed to be connected to God. God is the source of life. He's the author of life. And when we cut him off, it's like cutting a branch off a tree. What happens when you cut a branch off a tree? It slowly dies. Sometimes it looks alive for a long time, but eventually, and I don't know how long it takes, it's different for every branch, but when a branch is cut off, it will eventually die, won't it? It's the same for us. If we cut ourselves off from the author of life, we will slowly be dying, little bit by little bit, until eventually we do. We die inside. We just feel this numbness inside. That's our soul. Our soul's designed to be connected, to be plugged into God, who nourishes it and feeds it. Now, I'm describing the symptoms to you because I've been there. I can describe accurately how it feels because I've been there. And I can also describe to you what it feels like to have a flourishing soul because I have one, because I've been on this amazing journey. Now, like I said, we've all had an opportunity in our life to accept or reject God. And some of us here believe in God, some of us don't believe in God. But I want to just tell you, it's my job to tell you, and what you do with it is entirely up to you. I would love for you guys to be flourishing. Perhaps you don't understand how this whole God thing works and what's the point, and is you just some pie in the sky. So I want to try and explain it with a little illustration that helped me understand it, the whole thing better. There's a courtroom scenario. Can you imagine you're in a courtroom and you have unpaid parking fines and you're before a judge? And the judge is about to pass sentence. He says, you're either going to have 6 months in prison or £1,000 fine. And you're pleading with the judge, please, I can't, my children, how can I can't afford the money, I can't go to prison, please, I beg you, just give me one more chance. And you're there pleading before the judge. Now, what sort of judge would the judge be if he said, oh, okay, that's like next time? You might think him kind or merciful. But in terms of a judge, would he be a just judge? Would he be a good judge? If he said, let you off the hook. A judge's job is to uphold the law, isn't it? So if he did that, he wouldn't be a very good judge. You might think him a nice person, but he's not a very good judge. God created earth and all the fantastic principles in it that we've just been speaking about. He created laws to govern the earth. And every law that he made was for our good, because he's a loving father. Like I tell my children, don't touch the fire when we make a roaring fire in our living room. Do I do that because I'm angry with them? Of course not. I tell them don't touch a fire because I want to protect them. That's a rule in our house. You don't stick your hands in fires. I'm sure it's a rule in any home because you'll get burnt. And so as a loving parent, I have rules for my children. Don't eat sweets before dinner time because you're going to get a tummy ache. So God's the same. He's a loving father. He created planet Earth full of laws. You have the law of day and night. You have the law of the tides that come in and out. You have the law of seasons. You have all of creation is governed and ruled by these amazing laws that make planet Earth what it is. And for us, his children, he also made laws. He made them because he loved us and he wanted us to have a great life. Now sadly, we are naughty little children. All of us have broken some of those laws. Now the Bible says that when you break a commandment, that's called sin. And sin is the thing that cuts us off from God. Sin is the thing that cuts the branch away from the tree. And the Bible says the wages of sin are death. So that means that once we have broken the law, we are instantly cut off from the source of life. And that's when this process of dying starts. Now God is a good judge, and he upholds the law. But he's also an amazingly merciful Father, and he doesn't want to see us suffer. He doesn't want to see us dying. So let's go back to the courtroom scene. Imagine we're back in this courtroom and we're pleading to the judge to let us off. The judge is a good judge. He's not going to let us off. There has to be a penalty where the law was broken. Then in comes running this random strange man that you've never seen before. He runs up to the judge. He says, "Stop, stop!" He runs up to the judge. And he whispers something in the judge's ear. And he hands over a wad of cash. And then he walks out. The judge, looking a bit puzzled, looks at you and he says, "You're free to go. The penalty's been paid." Imagine if that happened. How grateful wouldn't you be? How awesome wouldn't that be? If some random person just came in, no strings attached, paid the fine and walked out again. That's where Jesus comes into the picture. That's why we believe that Jesus is the way to the Father, because that's what Jesus did for us. We are sinners, we're guilty, we broke the law. God's a good God, He has to uphold the law. But in His great mercy and love for us, He found a way for us to reconnect with Him. We deserved to be punished because there has to be penalties. If the law is broken, there has to be a penalty. But He sent Jesus, who was perfect, He was innocent, and He came and He paid the price. Where we should have died, He died in our place, and thereby paying the penalty. And that is where, if we can accept that, if we understand that not only did He die so that we didn't have to die, but also He rose again and came alive so that we could have this abundant life. Now, I've lived in that place of being disconnected. I've lived in that place of being miserable. I've been suicidal. I've been depressed. I've been through all of the things that many people go through. I've been there. I've tried it on my own. But I've also experienced this life that I have now, which is the most amazing life. And the reason I'm going to great lengths to share it with you is because I want you to have what I have. I want you to have this freedom, this peace within your soul. I want you to know that there's something inside of you that you feel is missing. Something doesn't fit right. And that's the part that's supposed to be connected to God. I've been there. I've had that missing piece. And I now have it filled. I'm not saying life is easy, but I'm saying my life is wonderful. And I want you to have that too. So yes, I want to talk to you about finances. But what's the point if you always carry this emptiness in your soul?